Up to the sky, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Z, collectively known as SoCal Uncensored or
SCU! This is Catch, Hook, and Shoot, the worst podcast I've ever been on. Word.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Catch, Hook, and Shoot. My name's Tom. I am your host. With me, as always, is Chrlie G.
Hey, the wrestling friends.
And we are back after a very long hiatus. We haven't done a show in almost a year.
Yeah, it was March.
Yeah, since before WrestleMania.
Hey, I did record for April. I just put it out there. I did record for April.
Yes, he did. The hiatus was totally on me. I needed a break. I just needed a break. And didn't intend for it to be a year long, but you know, it's all good.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, I completely took a break from wrestling. I didn't even watch wrestling for months, and now I'm getting back into it, and yeah, a lot of shit's been going on in the last year.
What a crazy time to come back to it.
No kidding, man. Let's dive right in here. Vince McMahon. Everybody said Vince McMahon would never retire until the day he dies, and then, a couple months ago, he retired. Right. And then just within the last week, and let's say he retired under not so great circumstances.
Very much so.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And then just within the last week, because he is still the majority shareholder of WWE, he forced his way back in.
Very much. Very forceful.
And forced his way back onto the board of directors. And now, as of today, he was unanimously voted as the new, I forgot what the title was. I didn't write it down. But executive directors. He's basically top guy in the company again.
He wants to sell, and then he can just do whatever he wants. Then.
Yeah, basically, I mean, according to, the dirt sheets and stuff, they've hired JP Morgan to help facilitate the sale of the company. They're not disclosing who the potential buyers are, but obviously everybody's saying, Disney or Fox or Universal.
TK.
And people have floated the name of Tony Khan. I don't see that happening, though, because look at what happened.
That would be crazy.
Look what happened to wrestling when Vince McMahon took over everything. It got stale.
No, I just think it would be kind of a nice little, you bought WCW, I can buy you. So
Yeah, and I'm, you know what? In fairness, he probably could.
Yeah, I mean, they made the playoffs.
If he really wanted to. But and also, just as of we're recording this on Tuesday, by the way, it's going to be dropping Friday. But just as of like an hour or so ago, Stephanie McMahon has resigned from WWE. Like, she's out. She took over as CEO when Vince stepped down, and it was her and Nick Khan running the company. And now Vince forces his way back in, and Stephanie's like, I'm out.
Yeah. I don't blame her. Get out when you can, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's not like she needs the money, I'm pretty sure she's set for life.
But technically, she was trying to go on a break herself.
Yeah, she was in the middle of a leave of absence when Vince stepped down, and they asked her to come back. And I'd say from what I've seen, WWE definitely improved in Vince's absence. They brought back a lot of guys. They came in with some better storylines. Triple H is 100% in control of creative now. We'll see how long that lasts.
2 weeks.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean,
till the Rumble. You got to the Rumble, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, they brought back Hit Row, the Good Brothers, Dexter Lumis, Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, Killer Cross and Karrion Kross. Can't call him Killer in WWE.
Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah, Bronson Reed, Bray Wyatt, William Regal's back in some capacity. Like,
Yeah, I feel sorry for him right now.
yeah, no kidding. I have this feeling he's going to be bouncing back to AEW within the next few months.
It'd be 6. I mean, I don't know, but you never know.
Yeah, Mia Yim's back. She's part of the OC. So a lot of good stuff happened with Vince gone. Now we're gonna have to wait and see, is he going to go and undo all this stuff again? Because
I'm fearful of that.
yeah, but I mean, supposedly Triple H is still in charge of creative. Vince is basically just there trying to dump the company off on somebody else.
Which would then mean someone will try and kick out Triple H for what he's doing.
You know what? I think it depends on who the new owners are. I mean, honestly, this is just my feeling. I just have this feeling it's going to be Disney. I think Disney is
Then it's going to change everything almost.
You know what?
They'll stay more PG. They'll stay really PG. That's for sure.
See, that I'm not so sure about, because I mean, Disney owns the FX network. Look at some of the TV shows on there.
Oh, okay.
Disney owns Marvel. Look at Deadpool. I mean, so
well, they fell into Deadpool, I think.
Yeah, but they could have completely changed it for part 3, and supposedly they're not. So I don't think Disney acquiring WWE would be as bad as everybody thinks it'll be, if they keep, Disney's not stupid. They've been around forever. Hopefully they're gonna see it's working the way it is right now and say,
and don't change it.
Yeah, let's just let it keep going the way it is and just dump some more money into it.
Hope right now.
Yeah, I think that's the best anybody can hope for. Another big story in WWE was Cody Rhodes coming back at last year's WrestleMania.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't surprising with all the rumors going on, but how this well received, and this, like, he kept everything. He kept the song, the likeness, the image, the gear. It was all just straight over from AEW.
Yeah, he did not change one single thing from AEW going back to WWE, and I'm sure that's what a lot of people were probably afraid of. Like, oh God, he's going back to being Stardust in 6 months or something like that. Right. And when he came back, he got a pretty good push until he got injured.
That was a gnarly injury. They replayed it on Christmas. I was like, oh man, that was bad. That was.
Yeah, I mean, they threw him right into a program with Seth Rollins, arguably, in the top 2. He's one of the top 2 guys in the company. I'd say him and Roman are probably the top 2 guys in the company right now. So, hopefully he'll be back from the injury. My bet is he's coming back at the Rumble. I think that's what everybody's thinking.
Yeah,
and
either for the match or he's in it to win it.
Yeah. So, so Cody Rhodes back in WWE, and
which led to turmoil elsewhere.
And I'd say probably the biggest AEW story since we've been gone, CM Punk. That big blow up he had with the Elite, with the EVPs, and supposedly a backstage brawl broke out at what was it, Double or Nothing?
Brawl Out.
Oh, it was All Out?
All Out, Brawl Out. Yeah, that's what I've heard all over the place.
And, by all accounts, Punk is gone. I mean, he's still under contract. From what I know, they have not bought out his contract yet, but he has not been back on TV.
No.
And,
he's been teasing stuff.
I mean, if they can fix whatever the issue is between Punk and Omega and the Bucks, there's a hell of a storyline there to use.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I think he's teasing it. I don't know if it will happen. But
I know Dax Harwood. Yeah, he's been pushing the same thing.
He put out the simplest thing: just apologize and let it go. And Punk agreed, duh. And it's like, all right. So obviously he still kind of wants in.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the issue was, obviously there's 2 sides to the story or whatever. But I mean, come on, there's money to be made from this. There is a way that this ends well for everybody. So
it's sad that the one truthful person in this can't talk, and that's Mega, the lady who does the legal and that. She's the only one who doesn't have a podcast or is in wrestling or does. She's the only one that really knows what really happened. That is truthful. That you can believe it. Punk will say something, you can believe half of it. Bucks will say something. However you want to look at it. But she's the only one person that can say what really happened.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
Oh, and Larry.
Yeah, and I
So you
don't
can't ask
think
him.
Larry's talking.
No, I don't think so. He's too distraught after being chipped his tooth or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But so yeah, hopefully we get a good ending out of that, and yeah, some more like cool WWE stuff I wanted to mention since Vince was gone. We saw some WWE wrestlers over in Japan for Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, Carl Anderson was the never openweight champion. He had a match on Wrestle Kingdom while under contract to WWE. That's never happened before, and that is 100% Triple H right there.
Yeah, with other companies involved with it because AEW is there too. So it's like
Yeah.
something's and well, how about Shinsuke at Noah?
Yeah, I was just gonna say Nakamura wrestling Muda at Noah.
Yeah.
I mean that was huge.
That's
like
all Triple H.
Yeah, that is an
And
ultimate
that even
dream match.
that even came out that it was like Shinsuke had no thought if Vince was there he was going to say anything. When Triple H took over, he asked, and they worked it out. I don't know how they worked it out, but they worked it out. And from what I saw, it was a pretty awesome match.
Yeah, because Vince would have shot it down immediately. He doesn't want his superstars appearing on other people's shows. So
I think if it was Liger, it might have been because there seemed like there's something between Liger and him that was okay. Because I mean, Liger did the NXT show.
yeah, Liger's done the NXT show, but also, I mean, you got to remember too, and this was quite a few years ago, but Okada was photographed backstage at a Raw in somewhere in California.
Yeah.
So there's some type of amicable relationship with New Japan and WWE, but I don't see this being a regular thing, especially with Vince being back.
Right. And then they were trying to include Sasha in she's still with WWE, but just under the new name for the New Japan. I'm like, hold up, nah, don't go that far. Let her be whatever she's doing.
Yeah, no, and by all accounts, Sasha is going to be showing up in AEW this week to tag team with Saraya.
Well,
who of course
that changes all the time. She's saying she's not.
That's another big story that just happened within the last several months is Paige Saraya coming back to AEW back in the ring.
Yep, she got physical. She actually had her one match so far.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty good.
WWE wasn't going to use her. They wouldn't let her out of her contract, so she, kept getting paid all that time. Kept herself in ring shape, and as soon as her contract was up, she's right back in the ring. So good for her.
That was another Vince thing.
Yeah.
It sounded like I saw something where Triple H said, "Yeah, you could wrestle or be a GM." So I guess it just took too long for that wait of getting her approved.
Yeah, if Vince would have retired prior to her contract ending, I could have seen Triple H saying, "Okay, you're back."
Yeah, we can do the same thing they're doing in AEW. Tease, put you out there and match, then do all the behind the scenes stuff or on screen talk, which is what they're doing. They're doing slowly, and I'm sure he would have done the same thing.
Oh yeah, and some other WWE stuff. Two championships have disappeared from television.
Thank goodness.
The 24/7 title apparently is no more, and the NXT Cruiserweight title is gone.
Yeah, well, they're losing the cruiserweights anyway. So
yeah, I mean those were definitely not top tier titles by any means.
No.
So
24/7 just got people injured. I mean, let's face it, they got it ruined some careers.
Mm-hmm.
It made everyone seem like that's all they can do. I'm like, no.
I mean, it
doesn't help either.
I mean, yeah, it was a way to get people screen time who normally wouldn't. But I mean, seriously, what quality of screen time were they getting?
Let's get more 6-man tag matches or 6-woman tag matches, and that would have been fine.
Yeah,
I would have been better off with that than running throughout the arena.
And so going back to what you mentioned earlier about Sasha Banks or her new ring name, Mercedes Moné, she's going to be taking on Kairi Sane for the IWGP Women's title in San Jose, right?
San Jose. It's already sold out. It's in February.
So that should be interesting.
But it's here in the States and not in Japan. So it's like, all right. But they said there's a few more dates that she can work in Japan and here. So it's give and take. It's a good way to sell out the States.
Right. Exactly. And another thing that is apparently gone from TV is NXT UK.
Yeah,
that's not a thing anymore.
They said they're going to come back as NXT Europe eventually.
Yeah, NXT Europe or NXT International or something like that. And now I would assume that's pretty much up in the air.
Yeah,
at best.
Mean, especially when they're NXT's debuting a lot of the NXT UK people. I mean,
Yeah, I do.
as if 2 minutes ago, Gallus came back. So
Yeah, I do like that they're using some of the NXT UK people on the US version of NXT. So that's cool that they brought some of those guys over.
it sounded like their visas were the problem. That's why they weren't coming in on time, or whatever.
Probably I know the visas, and still with the delays and stuff caused from COVID, and it just made things more difficult. So, but
Yeah, if you heard Ospreay's interview, yeah, their travel's not still fun.
yeah, no, not at all. And yeah, with all the rehires in WWE, there's been one recently, WWE superstar that was released, and that was Mandy Rose. She lost the NXT Women's title, and then what was it? The next day or a couple days later,
Yeah,
she
no,
got a
next day.
release. Yeah,
Like less than 24 hours later.
all because of some pictures she put up on her website.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
they're getting a little. I guess they're getting a little bit too much for them. They were.
it was a money thing, man. It was because WWE didn't have their hand in the pot for that one. It was totally her thing, and
Because they couldn't give her $500,000. I mean,
yeah. And then what happens? She gets released, and she makes $1 million her first, within a month.
yeah,
So I think she
it was
came
really
out.
almost like 3 weeks. So she
Yeah, she came out okay in that one. I don't think she's gonna have to worry about anything.
yeah, she did an interview today on Tamron Hall. I didn't see it. Maybe I'll watch it later. But she did an interview today, so she's in the limelight still.
Yeah, and I know I read part of that. Of course, she gave the never say never thing about going back to WWE,
Right.
but I think if they if that website is a big sticking point for them, like they want to have control of it or they want her to shut it down, I don't see that happening if she's making that kind of money with it.
Right.
You know,
Well, she did raise the price. They said it was 20 or 25, and now it's 30. So she can do it. I mean,
yeah, I mean if
seems
she
like
can,
she enjoys that a little bit more. I think so.
well, yeah, she's not getting the crap beat out of her on a nightly basis, and so
And
I'm sure.
they didn't like completely like write her out of the TV, but she is gone. But
Yeah, well, I know the next day on Busted Open, Tommy Dreamer was like, "Call me, you can work an Impact." I mean,
right.
they don't care. So
Oh, yeah, I saw Deanna said the same thing. You notice it was Impact. No one from AEW said this yet.
yeah, and I don't understand why. Man, look at Mandy Rose from the time she came in until now. I mean, the improvement just in ring is
Oh yeah,
amazing.
completely. Yeah, it's night and day. But yeah, maybe TK is just a little worried about that website, and he doesn't want to deal with it either. I don't see why. He has Tony Storm.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got Tony
She's not as
Storm.
bad. She's probably not as bad from what I've heard.
He's got Tony Storm. He's got Paige, who granted Paige didn't have a website. Her stuff got leaked. Totally different situation.
Well, so did Tony, but then Tony turned it around to her own website too.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. We're just completely speculating here, but that's okay. But yeah, I think that's most of the major goings on, and going forward, we're gonna try to get back to doing the weekly thing where we keep everybody updated on everything. I don't know if we'll dive so much in depth like we were, because I think that's what I was getting burnt out on.
I have to agree with that. I was the same way. I was like, do I have to keep on all these in these?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely
I felt like I had to, because I started talking about like I got to keep going. And I was like,
right. And same thing with me. It's like, okay, well, I'm covering WWE and AEW. Well, there's also Ring of Honor, there's Impact, there's MLW, there's the NWA, there's and then New Japan and AAA, and then all this kind. It's like, man,
right.
Well,
Also to be on top of what we're going to talk about, it's like it's going to be a little harder for me to keep track of some of the indies. So it's like,
yeah, so
I have to just.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit scaled down from what it was, because it got to be a monster, honestly.
And who wants to hear me for 20 minutes? Seriously.
Well, not even that, but I mean, I broke it down once because my boss at my regular job, he's like, "How much wrestling do you watch every week?" And I was watching like 30 hours of wrestling every week. It became another full-time job.
Come on, I watched 48 hours in 3 days for Mania weekend, and you went. I'm like, well, I can't even tell you I watched 48 hours technically in 3 days of wrestling.
Yeah, so it got to be too much. So we're probably gonna scale it back a little bit. It'll probably be an evolving thing for a little while till we're completely back in the swing of things. But we are gonna get back to doing the Warrior shows. I hope. I still need to talk to Principal Steve, but
please, Steve.
yeah, I do want to get back to doing the Warrior live shows, because honestly, those are my favorite part of doing the show, was being able to do the live broadcast. We still have the radio station, we still have the website and all that. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's the link tree, other corner, right down here. Scan that with your phone, it'll take you to all of our links. Or if you rather type in the web address, it's right at the top here, linktree/catchhookshoot. Take you to the website, the YouTube channel, all the podcast platforms, and all that fun stuff. And we still got
it's a little easier.
Yeah, still got the Pro Wrestling Tees store, so nothing has changed, really. It's all still there, we just haven't been using it.
Right. It was on hiatus, too.
Yeah, exactly. So, the current champions, let's run this monstrosity down. There are so many titles in wrestling, it is ridiculous. I was typing this list up, it's like, my God, do we need this many champions?
And if you're not even talking about the Spanish ones, you're not even hitting close to them.
Oh no, I've got AAA. I did not even realize AAA had that many championships.
Well, I don't think some really appear anymore, but yeah, they're still up on there.
But
saying it.
Starting off with WWE, of course, Roman Reigns is still the WWE and Universal Champion. It has been for almost 2 years.
Close to the year. Oh, that's right. Yeah, almost a year and a half, probably. Right?
Yeah. Well, the Universal title, I know he's had for almost 2 years. Like, he hasn't lost a match in like 2.5 years or something like that.
Yeah. Other than tag matches.
Yeah.
And that's been recently, and that's only been recently.
And then the Usos have got the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles, so they got the tag team division locked up.
Yeah.
The Intercontinental Champion now is Gunther, formerly known as Walter.
Yeah. I'm still not a fan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Vince loves his name changes. U.S. champion is Austin Theory.
That I'm cool with.
Yeah, I'm good with that one. Raw Women's Champion is Bianca Belair. Don't know how long that's gonna last. With that's something I wanted to touch on. Bray Wyatt coming back with he's not really Bray Wyatt with the Firefly Funhouse anymore, or the Fiend or anything like that. But now we've got Uncle Howdy.
He has this Firefly Funhouse. Real life people.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the real people now.
And by all accounts, Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas, his brother.
Yeah.
So
supposedly.
Yeah. So I
don't see why not. I mean.
Oh yeah, and I mean supposedly Bo Dallas was backstage at Raw, so I'm guessing it is him.
I mean he is with Liv. So
yeah, that's true. He and Liv Morgan are a couple, so he does have reason to be there. Yeah. But but apparently now they're going back after Alexa Bliss, trying to bring her back into the fold. And I always
weird storyline.
Yeah, I
weird
always
how they got to it, but
I always love that storyline though with Bray and Alexa. So I'm hoping, I think Triple H will do good with it as long as he's allowed to see it through to the end. Mm-hmm. So, but got a little bit off topic there. The Raw Women's Champion is Bianca Belair. SmackDown Women's Champion is Charlotte. Just came back. What was it, last week, and won the title from Ronda Rousey? 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. It was the New Year's because I didn't watch it yet. It's still on the DVR.
Yeah, and then the women's tag team champions are Damage Control, Dakota Kai and Io Sky.
I'm cool with that. That's fine.
NXT, Braun Breaker, still the NXT champion. I still hate his name. I hate his name. I will never be okay with his name.
I've gotten used to it, but yeah, I mean, it should have still been a Steiner or something.
I mean, his real name is fine. His first name is Bronson. They could have just called him Bronson Steiner.
What? Yeah, the names they don't know.
The NXT Tag Team Champion, the New Day. I think they just put those titles on them because they're the only ones they never held.
I think it was for Woods. I think it was more for Woods getting, because he was there for so long and didn't get really the credit he got due.
Yeah.
So now this is the way I would put it. Also, their tag team division seems a little chaotic, to tell you the truth. They're all over the place. They're losing people. They're injured. They don't know what to do. So.
Yeah, and it does shake things up a little bit, and it gives them kind of I don't want to say a fresh start, but gives them something else to do while Big E is still healing.
Right. It's kind of like when Dolph become the champion for NXT. So it's like they're going to put you down for a little bit, get noise for NXT, and then take it off you, and then go back to normal the way whatever you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez, formerly known as Roxy from Ring of Honor.
Yeah, very good.
Totally unexpected to me, but she's
For
the
that
one
day.
that she's the
For
one
that day, yeah.
that took it off of Mandy Rose, and I mean I'm here for it. You know, Roxy was awesome. We got to meet her at a Warrior show.
Yep.
You know, she just, I mean, she
She's
moved
awesome.
up
She's still
really
awesome.
quick in WWE or in NXT.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be last week or today, but yeah, it was a surprise when I saw that match. I was like, oh, okay.
Then the North American champion, former member of the
What?
yeah, whatever. Yeah, former member of the Rascals, the North American champion Wes Lee. That's
true.
awesome.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
awesome, but the name got a whatever.
Yeah.
It's another thing.
And then the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Katana Chance, which is Casey Catanzaro, whatever, another name, and Caden Carter. Then,
That's fine. They have no one really to challenge, so.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why they created the NXT Women's Tag Titles. I don't get
Because they
that
thought
at
they
all.
were going to have something big, and some of the development is not going as well as they thought, I think.
Yeah, because I mean, the whole premise of the WWE Women's Tag Titles was they could be defended on any brand, Raw, SmackDown, or NXT, and then NXT comes out with their own. It just didn't make a lot of sense at the time it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on to AEW World Champion now, MJF.
It had to happen, but yeah. Okay.
Honestly, for me, it's about time.
Yeah. It had, like I said, it had to happen.
Women's Champion Jamie Hayter. That to me is a little unexpected.
No, I think that really finally had to happen. That should have happened long ago, I think, but it kind of played out. It worked out well. I think it's going to be even better at waiting this long.
And then let's see, the TBS champion Jade Cargill still undefeated. Tag team champions are the Acclaimed. Again,
Not bad.
About
Not
time.
bad at all. Yeah. They earned it. I'll say that.
TNT champion Darby Allin in his second reign now just got that title back from Samoa Joe.
Yep, that was Friday.
Who previous to that took the title off of Wardlow.
That was interesting.
One of our Warrior buddies. And the All Atlantic Championship. Why is my question? I love AEW, but why?
Wasn't there something like that in the NWA? Wasn't there something like that? But,
Yeah,
yeah. It's not following the rules.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I mean, it's in the NWA back in the day they had the Mid Atlantic Championship, but
Right.
I don't know. But Orange Cassidy's got that title, carries it around in a backpack.
Hey, he stole that from Kylie Ray, so.
And AEW finally introducing a Trios Championship, and right now the Trios Champions are Death Triangle.
Yeah, so for the next 24 hours they are.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're losing tomorrow, but
Yeah, probably to the Elite. So by the time this comes out on Friday, it'll be
probably new
old
champions,
info.
Yeah.
And then of course the FTW champion, which is Hook.
Yeah, which I don't see why. Yeah. Keep it on home.
And then Ring of Honor, which technically is part of AEW, world champion Claudio Castagnoli. Love
Very
that.
cool.
Women's champion is Athena.
Not bad.
Good with that one.
I met her. She's cool.
The pure champion is Wheeler Yuta.
That's going back and forth, so that's
Yeah, the TV champion Samoa Joe. Tag team champions the Briscoes won it off of FTR at their last pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was an awesome match.
And then the ROH six-man titles, which they should probably just do away with at some point.
I think they kind of are, yeah,
But the current champions are the Embassy, Brian Cage, Toa Leona, and is it Khan?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar with them at all,
Yeah.
but
it was an interesting match. I'll say that.
and then we've got Impact World Champion Josh Alexander, Knockouts Champion Jordan Grace, at least for a couple more days because she's fighting Mickey James in a title versus career match.
Yeah, yep, on the 13th.
X Division Champion Trey Miguel, former Warrior Champion. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Digital Media Championship again. Why?
I think that's a YouTube. That's a YouTube thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, they ripped that off of Zack Ryder, or I'm sorry, Matt Cardona.
Yeah, well, isn't his buddy the champion, or was a champion, or
Yeah, Oh God, I didn't write the guy's name down.
Is it Brian Myers?
No,
Oh,
Hendry.
he lost it.
Hendry, I think is his last
Oh,
name.
Joe Henry. Oh, that's
Joe
right.
Hendry,
That's Joe
yeah.
Henry. That's right.
Uh,
Oh, the RH guy. Yeah. Oh.
yeah, tag team champions are the Motor City Machine Guns, and the Knockouts tag team champions are the Death Dolls, which is Taya, Jessica Havoc, and Rosemary.
Yeah. Nice to have Taya back in the mix, though.
Oh yeah, and MLW World Champion is still Alexander Hammerstone, which is very cool. He's held the title for so long. Their Women's Champion, also Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah.
She's all over the place. The tag team champions are EJ Nduka and Calvin Tankman. Middleweight champion is Shun Skywalker. I have no idea who that is.
Oh, he's from I think he's from Noah.
Oh, okay.
Cause I was covering him for a little bit.
And the national champion is Davey Richards.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
I don't really watch MLW that much.
You know what? I haven't either. I just kind of caught up by reading, who the champions are and stuff like that. Okay, so NWA. You talk about a company that has way too many titles for the size of the company.
Yes.
Man, I like Billy Corrigan. I like that he brought back the NWA, but damn.
This is overdoing it. He was overdoing it a couple of the titles ago.
Yeah, I mean, the world champion's Tyrus. I'm okay with that. Women's champion is Camille. She's been women's champion forever.
Yeah.
TV champion is Jordan Clearwater. I don't know who that is.
No. Okay. Yeah, that's someone else.
The junior heavyweight champion is Kerry Morton, Ricky Morton's son.
Right, but why?
Yeah.
But why?
The tag team champions, La Rebellion, Bestia 666, and Mecha Wolf 450. Women's tag team champions, not needed in the NWA, Pretty Empowered, Ella Envy and Kenzie Page. The NWA national champion, I kind of like this, is Scion, which is Robert Anthony.
Yeah. Oh,
So that
you gave that away. What are you doing?
it's on Wikipedia.
I know some people don't believe it's him. Like, look at his elbow. Just look at his elbow. Okay, that's him.
Hey,
And he wears a freaking NWA hoodie on AEW stuff, so it's a giveaway.
Yeah, and I mean, at least he doesn't have Frank the Clown with him. So.
Yes. Yeah, but he has Idol with him, so I think this is.
And then they brought back the U.S. tag team titles.
Yeah,
which is the champions right now are the Fixers, Jay Bradley and Wrecking Ball Legursky. I know who Jay.
Well, Jay Bradley's Chicago guy.
Yeah,
I've Corrigan dude.
Yeah, I've actually met Jay Bradley. He's a pretty cool guy. I met him like not even at a wrestling event. I met him at like a friend of a friend at their house.
He was part of Corrigan's Resistance Pro Wrestling. So I was like, oh, well, I guess he's still this.
Yeah, and last I heard, he was working for OVW too. He's a trainer down there.
A bunch of those guys, a bunch of the NWO guys are OVW guys.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I don't know half the names are just back and forth. They just interchange. That's why I think they got Kenzie Page and her partner as well.
And then we might get cut off here in 2 minutes. If we do, we'll start back up to finish up. But
it's only us two talking stupid. Whatever.
Yeah, we're on Zoom. I don't get Zoom sometimes, but anyway.
Nice update.
New Japan, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada for the 800th time.
Still an awesome match.
Oh yeah, just won that title from Jay White at Wrestle Kingdom.
But there could be something behind that. That's why.
The IWGP United States Champion Kenny Omega.
Great match, but whatever. Took that from Ospreay.
Well, yeah, won the title from Will Ospreay, who definitely I would say is a friend of the show. Awesome guy.
Yeah.
Met him a few times at Warrior. He just kind of took
Check out his interview. Check out his pre-interview.
Oh yeah, I saw his one. The one before the show. I have not seen the full interview after the show.
Oh no, I only saw the official New Japan interview, and that was just wow. That tells you his character. Like, it's just, wow. Yeah. Now we know why he probably like clapped in front of us one day.
Yeah, I mean, former Warrior champion took over our broadcast table after a Warrior show so he could sign autographs for fans.
Yeah, a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then proceeded to collapse as soon as he got into the locker room. Yeah. That was a scary sight, but he was okay, obviously. So.
Now we know why.
Yeah, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion is Takahashi. The never openweight champion is Tama Tonga, who won that title from Carl Anderson at Wrestle Kingdom. The strong openweight champion is Fred Rosser, God, I don't even remember what his name was in WWE at this point. Was it
Afro John Cena.
Darren Young, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, for those who don't follow New Japan or the Indies or anything.
Yeah. And he's only on Strong. Doesn't really do New Japan stuff a lot.
And we got less than a minute left according to Zoom here. So the King of Pro Wrestling, which is a strange title for.
It's a title now instead of a trophy.
Yeah, is Takagi. The brand new IWGP Television Champion is Zack Sabre Jr.
Cool match.
I don't like the belt. All right, we're back because Zoom only lets us talk for like 45 minutes before it cuts us off. Rude ass. But
wonderful.
Like I was saying, the IWGP TV Championship, I don't like the belt. It sucks. It's ugly. It just looks cheap.
It looks like a TV. It looks like a golden TV.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's New Japan. Their belts usually go through quite a bit of evolution until they get to a point where they look good.
Well, I still don't like the world title.
See, I do. Especially after getting to see it up close when we met Ospreay. I love that belt. So
See, that's me. We can differ.
yeah. Let's see. The IWGP Tag Team Champions is Bishamon, which is Goto and Hashi.
Yeah. Just beat FTR.
Yeah, that's right. They did beat FTR for those. FTR had everything there for a minute.
Yeah. They need a break. They deserve a break.
Oh yeah. The junior tag team champions are United Empire, which is TJP and Francisco Akira. Strong open weight tag team title. New Japan got a lot of tag titles. It's the Motor City Machine Guns.
They got a lot of time to fill because that's part of their U.S. part.
Yeah, and then the never open weight 6-man tag team champions is House of Torture, which is Evil, Sho, and Takahashi. And IWGP or New Japan now has a women's championship, which is Kairi Sane.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty cool. All right,
it's good to have them have a title. That's good. They need because they're paired up with Stardom, so this is part of Stardom, New Japan for that. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and that brings us to AAA. My God.
You don't have to go through all of them, man.
The Mega Champion is Vikingo, who's going to be wrestling at Warrior coming up next week. There's a Marvel Championship.
That's new. That's brand new.
I know that's brand new. Then the champion right now is somebody named Arachno. Nobody knows who's under the mask.
Oh, wait. I think I did, but yeah. Go on. There used to be, you know who it was if you watched the matches.
The Latin American and Cruiserweight champion is Phoenix.
I'm still surprised you can hold both of them, but
yeah. The Minis champion is Dynastia. The Blue Demon they named the championship after Blue Demon. It's only defended once a year, but the champion is Aries, another Warrior guy.
Oh yeah, okay.
The tag team titles are vacant because the Los Hermanos Lee defeated FTR, but then Dragon Lee signed with WWE. So,
right. Which was the next day.
Yeah, so
it was like the next day. No, he said it on his post interview.
Yeah,
in the ring, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. So they beat FTR for the titles and immediately vacated them, basically. The mixed tag team champions are Abismo Negro and Flammer.
Flammer. Yeah,
Flammer.
And that happened because Sammy and Ty couldn't make it.
Yeah, Sammy and Ty were stripped of the titles. Let's see. The trios champion Nueva Generación Diamita, which is I butcher these names and I apologize. I'm not doing it on purpose. El Cuatero,
I'm glad you're doing it.
El Cuatero, Forastero, and Sanson.
Very good.
And then
all good.
The Reina de Reinas champion, which is the women's champion for AAA. Again, Taya Valkyrie. She's all over the place.
Hey, once you let her out of WWE, she's going to go back to what she was doing.
And then getting into a couple of the bigger independents here. GCW world champion is Nick Gage, which just kind of seems appropriate.
Well, I mean, he beat Moxley for it, so I mean.
No, okay, yeah, that's true.
It was title versus career for that one, so.
Mm-hmm. The GCW Tag Team Champions, Los Mazizos, which is Ciclope and Miedo Extremo. Don't know who they are, I'm sorry. The Ultra Violent Champion is Rina Yamashita. And
she's from Japan.
And the Extreme Champion is Joey Janela.
Yeah. Well, he gets to fight all over, so he's gone to Mexico and Japan to do those titles. So,
And then we've got the IWTV championships. The IWTV World Champion right now is Alex Shelley, which is kind of cool.
okay, I thought someone else had it. Okay, I'll go with it.
That was the last one. The last I saw, I just looked all of these up yesterday to make sure they were still accurate. But who knows? And the inaugural IWTV Tag Team Champions are Violence is Forever, Kevin Guarini or Dominic Guarini and Kevin Koo.
Yeah, we met them.
Yeah, we met them at Warrior.
Yeah, we
also.
met. Yeah.
Which brings us to Warrior. The Warrior champion is Casey Navarro. And we did not see the show where he took that title off of Ospreay, so I'm so curious how that happened.
Right. Well, it's out there. It's out there for free.
Yeah, I know. I need to go back and watch it. And the Warrior Women's Champion is Athena, so she's got a couple belts. And the Warrior Lucha Championship right now is vacant. Sam Adonis forfeited the title because he is not able to make it to the next Warrior show next week.
Which is kind of weird because Vikingo can make the Warrior show. So he's missing AAA, and Sam Adonis is doing the AAA show.
Yeah, so some interesting goings on there. So the match at the Warrior show is a triple threat match with Vikingo, Ray Horace, and Flamita.
Yep.
Yeah, and it is for both the AAA Mega Championship and the Warrior Wrestling Lucha Championship. But it is a dark match. It's not on pay-per-view, so if you are not there in South Bend, you can't see it.
Right. If somehow we're able to make it, maybe you can hear it. If we're loud. I don't know if we're loud either. So
yeah,
that's
true. That's something I would have to talk to Steve about.
Yeah, we can record it. We won't. I can't do it live. Maybe.
Yeah. So that pretty much wraps up the major championships in wrestling. Like I said, there's way too many of them. But also wanted to run down just really quickly just some of the wrestlers that we've lost over the last year since we've been gone. The founder of New Japan, Antonio Inoki, passed away. Dave Hebner, everybody knows who Dave Hebner is. I mean, from WWF and the Hebner twins and the big thing with Hogan and Andre back in the day. This one hurts. Scott Hall passed away last year. That was sad.
I was surprised we didn't try and do something there.
Judo Gene LaBelle, trainer of Roddy Piper and Ronda Rousey, passed away. Tim White, WWE referee, also basically the manager, for lack of a better term, for Andre the Giant for so many years.
Those stories are good.
And just here recently, within the last couple of weeks, Don West passed away, the announcer from the beginnings of TNA Impact. And I actually got to meet Don West at the very first StarCast here in Chicago, and it wasn't a meet and greet or a photo op. I ran into him in the parking lot.
Okay. You had a lot of fun back that day, man.
Yeah, I ran into Don West in the parking lot. I ran into Omega in the parking lot. Cody. I mean, that was a great weekend. But no, I bumped into him in the parking lot. I was leaving. He was coming in, and I just said hello to him, wanted to shake his hand, and I mean, he stood there and talked to me for 5 minutes. He did not have to. He was just like the nicest guy you ever want to meet. So, Don West passed away. Candy Devine, I don't know if a lot of people remember her. She wrestled in the AWA back in the day, in the late 80s. She was she wasn't part of Glow, but she was part of the next company that came along after Glow, which was called POW, that David McLean did. Mickey Henson, another referee. Sarah Lee, she won one of the Tough Enough.
Yeah, that was tragic.
Yeah. Dee Boer, I believe was her last name. She was from Glow. She was Matilda the Hun. I don't know if remember her. She passed away. Tarzan Goto. This one wasn't a wrestler, but Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash's son, passed away. Rocky King, if you remember him from WCW, he I wouldn't necessarily call him a jobber, but he was like a mid card guy from WCW. Stephan Bonner passed away, and then another Glow girl, Ursula Hayden, who was Babe the Farmer's daughter on Glow.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I've never seen part of that.
Yeah. So those are the major names that passed away in the last year or so. So rest in peace to all of them. Didn't do the usual memorial video like I had been doing the last couple of years, but obviously we haven't been doing shows at all. So
Yeah, didn't want to come with a sad one out of the blue, right?
yeah, exactly. I didn't want to start it off. Here's everybody who died in the last year.
No, understandable for that one.
But so yeah, that pretty much wraps up everything I got. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we sign off?
Well, since you brought up the Glow, WoW is back under AJ Lee or AJ Brooks, you might want to say.
Yes.
It's on 26 here in Chicago on Saturday twice, but you can catch it on YouTube. So I catch it on YouTube because
okay,
6 and 9 o'clock is.
I didn't realize it had actually started back up on TV yet.
No, it started back up, and actually, I'll add to their old ring announcer had passed away as well.
Oh wow, okay.
Like 2 weeks into their show, so they didn't really do a tribute to him, which I find a little hard. But I mean, they was already taped, and I guess they just couldn't repackage anything for it.
Right.
But yeah, they're back in action. It's interesting. It's a little rough going. Obviously, they're starting off fresh out, so. But
now, I know,
yeah, they're back in action.
I know Tessa Blanchard was originally supposed to be part of that. Is she still part of that show or no?
No, she's nowhere to be seen. I mean, there are a few holdovers from the old WoW that Tessa was a part of. There's a few holdovers. You do see Tessa in some of the footage. They didn't completely cut her out completely, but yeah, she does not go back. She's a full-time student.
Okay.
From what I've heard, well, actually today I found out her and Daga have separated.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So she's a full-time student. She's not even interested in wrestling right now. Which all the best to her. That's what I told her the last time I saw her. Whatever you want to do, go for it. And yeah, so.
Wonder if I still have her number.
hey. But yeah, and then so and her dad's done with AEW and Ring of Honor. So
I was gonna say I just read from Tully Blanchard that he's pretty much done with wrestling too.
Yeah, well, I don't think because he knows WWE probably won't have him back, and he doesn't want to wrestle. I don't blame him. I've seen some of these shows, the Ric Flair last match show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was rough.
And Ricky Steamboat had one. I didn't get to see it. If it was even really streamed. So I mean, yeah, it's interesting in wrestling right now. I mean, streaming is a big part of it. If you can have the money, all the best to you. If you don't, I'm trying to keep you up to date as best I can.
Yeah, I mean, streaming has really given the indies a way to be seen everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's no longer just YouTube, so they're all over the place. I mean, the Chicago Style Wrestling is now on IWTV. Mm-hmm. So they actually have somewhere to show a live show finally, whereas AEW left IWTV and went to High Spots, which who has High Spots?
Right.
I feel bad for Thunder. She's still on Title Match Network.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I don't get it. And then Warrior is on Pro Wrestling Network TV. So yeah, I heard they're still at Fight. I'm like, I don't think they're at Fight. I think they're at the Pro Wrestling TV.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me when I saw they were with Pro Wrestling TV. I figured they would have stuck with Fight. Fight seemed like the biggest.
Right.
Streaming...
Well, Fight has most of them. It's IWTV and Fight, or Fight Plus now with some GCW stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Pro Wrestling, and they have some AAA. They had the last Triple Mania show is on the Pro Wrestling TV site as well. I'm not sure if they have the Control Your Narrative anymore live.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that's going to exist. And I think there's another New South or whatever. There's a lot of that stuff on there, so they might have New South live for a fee.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, so when we promote the Warrior show for next weekend, go to Pro Wrestling TV for $20. It's still good quality. It's a free app. It's free.
Yeah, free is always good.
Yeah, unless you want to wait a month to see a free show, wait a month.
Yeah.
Sorry, Warrior.
But we hopefully, like I said, I still have to talk to Principal Steve. Hopefully we will be back doing the live internet radio broadcasts that, you'll be able to catch on the website. So, fingers crossed for that. Hopefully I'll be getting some news about that in the next week or so.
We only know this show and the show two shows away. We don't even know the February show where that's going to be.
Yeah, well, because this one coming up is in South Bend. The next one is back in Michigan. Or no,
the second the March one is in Michigan.
The March one is in Michigan. So February, yeah, that's right. February we don't know yet.
because because I saw the number of the on the Warrior thing, and it was like, well, you're skipping ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't. So I'm guessing it could be Cicero again. It could be.
Could be Cicero. Could be back at Marian Catholic. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, GCW just did Toledo Hall on the south side, so maybe it could be there.
Mm-hmm.
Look like a cool venue. I don't know if
Yeah, I
they're.
mean, there are a lot of
There's
places.
a lot of places.
Yeah, there's a lot of places in Chicago that they could go.
Maybe Steve took my vase and took the Logan Square Auditorium,
Yeah, I
so I can
mean,
walk to the show.
yeah, I mean, unless they have some type of exclusive deal with AAW over there,
I don't know. I saw
or
for sale
freelance.
sign in front of the thing.
Oh,
They did an interview for AEW, and there's a for sale sign in the back. Like,
wow.
okay, I don't know if that's a good
Take
sign
it down
for
for
Logan
the
Square.
interview at least.
I don't know if that's good for the auditorium or not, but I mean, who knows? But yeah, freelance and AEW still go there. Freelance, I could still watch. Thank God. Thank you, freelance. AEW, yeah, man. Go back to Twitch.
Yeah, really. So yeah, I think that wraps us up. Unless you had anything else you wanted to hit on.
No, we're good. I mean, you kind of touched on GCW. That's they're still the leader. Now with Vince back, who knows how the Indies are going to go? Because Triple H did kind of rescind that NIL stuff and go back to the Indies to get people.
Mm-hmm.
Which our friend Kylie Ray made it to main event, which shocked the hell out of me.
Wait,
thinking
what?
she was. Oh, you didn't hear about this?
No.
Her, Casey, and the Righteous had tryouts in Florida, and when they were in Milwaukee, Kylie got on main event.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
So 2-3 weeks ago, Kylie Ray was on main event, and she's under Brianna Ray.
Oh, very cool.
Different spelling, of course, than her real name, but she made it to main event.
Yeah,
it surprised the hell out of me because she did a show at the Emporium 3 nights before that. So I was like, wait, what? And but she's at Warrior. She's doing so. I don't think she signed, but she got the main event.
Probably not. I mean, I don't. Given Kylie's history, I don't think I don't see her signing with another major company like that.
No,
I think she's comfortable in the indies between freelance and Warrior and all the other shows that she does.
Yeah, she does very limited travel. She did do one. I just saw her this week. She did go to the coast to do a show.
But I mean, an opportunity like that to even be on any WWE programming, you have to take it. You have to.
It was weird that it was Milwaukee and not at the Allstate.
Yeah, but no, I definitely.
So.
Yeah, I definitely have because I haven't watched Main Event. I don't think I've ever watched Main Event. So
that's why it's surprised. But everyone threw out the pictures that night. So I saw it on the one's website. It's like, what? Kylie Ray made a debut. What? Wait, I just watched SmackDown. What the heck are you talking about?
Yeah, so I definitely got to go back and watch that because Kylie's our buddy, man. That's she's her
pal.
Yeah, that's our girl. So
yeah,
definitely got to check that one out.
But yeah, so the indie scene, who knows how that's going to stand up with Vince coming back? That I just Triple H wanted to look at them. Like, I mean, obviously KC got a look, and a couple other guys more for I think Bray Wyatt's team, but Triple H went back to go on looking at the indies because he saw. Some of these guys are saying are not ready.
Well, like I said, so far from what I've seen, Triple H is still in charge of creative. I mean that
as of the 10th.
Yeah, as of right now, but who knows what's going to happen in the next hour? I mean,
so I mean, I tell you when NXT is over, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, we'll see with WWE. It's going to be an interesting next few months because they said if there is going to be a sale, it's going to happen within the next 3 to 6 months before their TV deals come up for renewal. Right. So
I'm guessing after Mania.
Yeah, that would seem most likely to me. And like I said, I think it's going to be Disney and then I can see Raw moving to FX, and SmackDown.
Can stay on Fox,
possibly staying on Fox. I don't know because Disney doesn't own the Fox television network.
Oh well,
so
they still do this. They still promote a lot of Disney stuff on Fox.
Yeah, but there is a relationship there. So SmackDown could stay on Fox, but I could definitely see Raw moving FX.
Yeah,
and
And
Yeah,
I guess I'm joining Disney Plus and losing Peacock then, right?
yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know how much longer is left on that Peacock deal for all the WWE catalog, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely when that's over, if that happens, you will see all the WWE footage moving over to Disney Plus.
Can keep doing this.
But you know, Vince is all about the money. He's gonna sell to whoever makes him the biggest offer.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's obviously what all it is right now.
Yeah,
That's
so
the streaming idea. It's whoever's going to give it the most.
yeah, so right now from the fan perspective with WWE, it's wait and see.
Yeah. Well, that's. I mean, at least Ring of Honor told you it's on Honor Club. I mean, Totally
Yeah.
Khan finally said it's on, and well, I guess I won't be seeing their TV unless it's free for a week.
Yeah,
which I
really.
hope which I hope they can do, because that's how I used to watch it. It pop up for a week and then go to Honor Club. Well,
Yeah, well,
do
I
that
mean,
again.
also, Ring of Honor, it used to be. I haven't looked in a long time, so it might not even be that way anymore. But Ring of Honor, the weekly show, used to be free on Fight.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
And
Well, they might do a free on BR Live because they like their BR site.
yeah, so you know, who knows? There's a lot of different directions they could go with that. Because I mean, I would hope if they're going to do a weekly show for Ring of Honor, I would hope it's somewhere for free.
Yeah, because that's what killed NWA to me. Now they're back on YouTube, first run, like So it's like
Hmm.
good, smart on them. But yeah, you need a live show. You can't do a paid show, especially if Ring of Honor. If you're
Yeah,
bringing half of Dark or Evolution up with you, no, you don't want to be paying for those shows. I'm sorry.
yeah, no,
That's why I gave up
exactly.
on NWA. I was not paying for those.
No, I mean, I watched NWA when they started back up on YouTube, or when they first started on YouTube. I
Mm.
thought it was really good. Then they moved to the paid thing. I'm like,
It went bad.
yeah,
It went bad. I was able to see some of them. It went bad, and now they're back to free.
yeah,
So smart move, Billy.
yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I think that wraps us up. I think, except for a
We're good.
little interruption there in the middle because of
Yeah,
Zoom. I think this was a pretty good comeback show.
yeah. It was. I haven't done this since April to be in front of a camera talking about wrestling.
Yeah, really.
I have
But
no other friends that are wrestling fans, so I'm like,
But no, it definitely feels good to be back. I actually missed doing the actual show. It was just like I said, I was burnt out watching 30 to 40 hours of wrestling every week. But
I don't blame you. I don't blame you
doing
one bit.
doing the actual show, I like. So this was cool. So,
Well,
but
maybe we have to do more live shows. Maybe I don't know.
yeah, really. But so yeah, next week, hoping to have at the very least a Warrior preview show. So I'm gonna try to get in touch with Principal Steve, see if I can get him to carve out like a half an hour for me or something during the week, and try to sit down and talk to him a little bit. So that's still kind of pending.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna binge watch a lot of the shows so I catch up on what the storyline really going forward is.
but then yeah, if that doesn't happen next week, then for sure the following week we're gonna have Royal Rumble preview. Basically, like we always do, both of us go through, break it down, give our predictions, and yeah, see what's what.
Yeah, I'll pick my numbers here. I'll make it known to everyone what my numbers are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we always, that's like our tradition every year. Us and our other wrestling friends, we each get 2 picks for the Rumble, 2 for the men and the women now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be happy to know Vince is back in power, so nothing's changed.
yeah, really. But I think that's gonna do it for this week. Yeah, great to be back. This was actually a lot of fun. I'm glad we, sat down and
Yeah,
did
no,
it this
I'm glad
way.
I'm glad you put it out to do it.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, we'll just get rolling again and bear with us because, like I said, I think it's going to be kind of an evolving thing for a little while till we kind of find our groove again. But, yeah, CHS is back.
Yeah, and for my part, it's going to be all depend on what indies being shown,
Yeah,
or out there, because I know there's a ton of them, but I'm going to cut back myself.
Yeah, definitely. Just hitting the major bullet points. I think is probably going to be the rule of thumb going forward.
Yeah, or the names we know.
Yes, that would be another good rule.
That might be helpful.
So, yeah, for right now, I think we're going to sign off. So, once again, this is Catch, Hook, and Shoot. My name's Tom. This is Chrlie G.
Be kind, everyone.
And, yeah, thank you for watching, listening. Make sure to check out the website, check out the link tree, check out Pro Wrestling Tees and all that kind of fun stuff. Just check us out.
Yeah, we got stuff coming. Don't worry.
So, yeah, I guess that's going to wrap us up. So thank you for watching, listening, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Peace.